Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video, we'll see how we can migrate the document understanding modern project from one tenant to another tenant, or maybe how we can do the migration in the same tenant, referring to the same data set that we have trained the particular model on. Okay. Uh, to do that, before we go and see the steps for the migration, I have this particular project that is created into the document understanding, UiPath document understanding. I'll just show you what I have done in this particular project. So here the document type is invoices. Okay, I'll just click on this. So these are the invoices document that I have found on the internet. I have used this document, and then I have done some field extraction out from this document. Okay, for example, I have done the labeling on these all these fields: payment status, vendor name, invoice number, and all these fields. Okay, after doing all the labeling and everything, I have this particular score for the particular model, and I have published two versions of this particular project. One is the version 1 and version 2. Okay, so now I have everything done on this particular project. Okay, all the training, labeling, and everything is done. Now I want to move this particular project from this particular tenant to another tenant, or maybe I want to create another copy of this particular project in the same tenant, but I don't want to do the training again. Okay, the training or the labeling that I have done, I don't want to do those same steps again, because I have already done those steps in this particular project. Okay, so let's see how we can migrate this particular project into the same tenant or different tenant. The steps remains the same. Okay, so before going with the migration, I'll show you two UiPath flows that I have built to extract the data from this two document. Okay, so the very first flow is using the modern action. I'll just drag and drop it here. Yeah, so the first flow that I have built is using this extract document data activity. Okay, here you have to just pass in the input document and then have to select the document understanding model or the project from this drop down. Okay, once you do that, you have to add one field here, which will be your document data, which will extract the documents out from the document that you have fed it. Okay, so let me just run it and I'll show you what are the fields or the data that I'm getting in the variable, which is document data. Let me just, yeah. So this is the output data variable that I have. I have run the project. It will do the extraction and I'll get the data from the document, referring which will use the document understanding project that I have created. Cool. So we have data from the variable. If I expand it, see, we have all the fields, superstore, the value, all this field extracted from the document. Okay. So this is the one way to use the document understanding project for the data extraction. The other way would be, I'll just minimize this and I'll show you another workflow. Okay, so another workflow would be using the taxonomy. So where you create a taxonomy, you digitize the document, then you use the data extraction scope, and then you use the particular document understanding project that you have created, or maybe you have exported or imported. Okay, so here this is the taxonomy. This is how the taxonomy looks like. I have not created any group or anything. I have just created a simple document type named as INV, and I'm just trying to extract the single field out from that particular document. Okay, if I run this particular flow, I have again kept a breakpoint here, and the data that we'll be extracting will be stored in this extraction result variable. Okay, so I'll just run this flow. I'll show you the data that we are getting from this particular project. So here I'm using the version 2, version 2 model that we have deployed on the document understanding. Okay, so this is my extraction result variable, and I have all the data that is needed, or maybe the single field that I was trying to extract it from this particular document. Now, so what I'll do, I'll just change the field from payment status to something else, because payment status is a very let me just change it. So the payment status is not available in all the documents, but the vendor name is available because the payment status is something that I have added, which is a custom field, which was not available in the document itself, but I have added one field in the document. I have edited those documents which I have used to identify the payment status, whether it is successful or failed. Okay, So I'll change the taxonomy to use vendor name as a field that I want to extract from the document. Okay? I'll just go here. I'll just go here. From here, I'll change the field to vendor name. Or maybe I'll just keep it as it is and I'll just add another field here, which is vendor name. Text. Okay, cool. Let me come here. Let me expand this. I'll just select both the field. I'll get the capabilities. Okay, the payment status is mapped to field 1 and the vendor name will be mapped to the name field. Okay, and let's do one more run and then we'll look at the project migration. Great. So here if I open the extraction result and if I scroll a little, I may see vendor name. Okay, so the field is vendor name and the value extracted for that particular field is superstore. Okay, which is correct. So now the project that I have created here, the document understanding project that I have created here is working in both the approaches that we have tried. Okay, I'll just stop the workflow. Okay, good. Now let's see how we can export this particular project to another tenant. So what you have to do, you have to make sure first the thing is that one of your project is deployed because this is what you will use. So once the project is deployed, go to the export model training set dataset and from here click on the export data. So I'm in the publish. From here I have gone to the export model training dataset and in here I'll click on this export data. Here you have to select the data type, document type. A document type is invoices because only one document type I have in this particular project, and the project version. So I have two project version deployed. I have to select the one that I want, but I'll go with the V2 currently and I'll click on export. As soon as you click on export, the export will start. Let us just wait for it to change status here, not started to started or something. Yeah. So now the status as document is getting loaded. The export is getting loaded. So once the export is ready for us, we have to download that particular export. So let's just wait for it to be ready. Okay, so the export is ready. So once the export is ready, you just go here, you just download the export. Okay, now the export is getting downloaded. Export is downloaded. So once the downloading is done, now you have to go to the different tenant where you want to export this particular data set. And in here, you have to create a new project. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just create a new project here. I'll use the modern. I'll name this particular project as test invoices. Okay, advanced option, I'll not change anything else here. I'll just keep it as it is. Then I'll click on create. Okay, as soon as I go and click on create, a new project will be created. Here I have to choose a document type. So I will click on add document type. Here make sure you choose a document type as custom because it will not work in any other document type. So remember to choose a custom document type and give a name to the custom document type here. So I'll just give it a name as a custom invoices. Okay, now I'll click on add. So once the add is done, here I have to export that particular zip file which I have exported from the previous document understanding project. Okay, so this is the file that we have just downloaded. I'll just import that particular file here in this particular project. So I'll just click on this upload button. This is the file. I'll open and then the importing has started. So I have to do nothing now. I just have to wait for it to completely process all the documents and extract all this document here where automatic see it has started now. So all the document from that particular export are available here and all the labeling or the training that we have done, that will be also available here automatically. So once all the export is done, I'll get a score for this particular project and then I can publish and use this particular project in my document understanding or maybe in my workflows. Okay, so let's just wait for it to finish and then I'll resume screen again. Okay, so now you will see that all the documents are exported correctly and the training has started. So let's wait for this training to complete and then let's see the model score, what score that we get, and then we can publish and use that particular model. Okay, great. So now the entire project is imported into the test invoices. So dataset is available in the test invoices. If you check the score of this particular project is 93, and the main project, which from where we have exported the data set, there was the score there in that project was also 93. Okay, so invoice extraction is the base project. Okay, this particular project, the data set, that the labeling or the training that we have done in this particular project, we have exported that and then imported it into the new project. Okay, so we don't have to do the training again. The score remains the same. Okay, all the documents and everything is done. Now I'll go and publish this particular project, and then we'll see how we whether we can use this particular project again in the same workflows that we have defined, that we have built, or whether we have to do any other changes in those workflows for it to work properly with the new project. Okay, so I'll just create a test. Okay, custom invoices is my document type, and then I'll just create it. Okay, I'll deploy it. Great. So now the project is deployed. So let's go with the first workflow that we have built, and let's see if we can use this particular project in the first workflow. Okay. So this is my first workflow where I have used the extract document data activity. Okay. Now in here, I have to pass in the document that I'll be using. So this is the PDF document that I have kept in the project folder. I have used that here. Now in the document understanding project here, I have to change. I'm not going to use the invoice extraction. I'll use the new project that I have created. So I'll just select that from the drop down, which is test invoices. Then the version. So I only have one version, so it will be automatically selected, I believe. Let's wait for it to update. Okay, it's still updating. Yeah, good. So now it has updated. I have used the test project, and the version is test project invoice, which I just created, and the document type is current invoices. Okay, so now let's see, just by changing the document, just by changing the project or the model that we have created in the new project, whether it will work or not. So I'll just start the execution again, and let's see whether we get any data in the variable or not. Okay, so the first workflow works. Okay, no major changes in the first workflow. We get the fields that we want from the document, and it pretty much works without any changes. Okay, the only thing that you need to do is change the document, change the project here in the extract document data scope. Okay, extract document data activity. Okay, so I'll just continue, and then I'll close this. Now let's see whether our second workflow that we have built, whether that workflow works or not. Okay, so this is the second workflow where we have defined the taxonomy and all those things. Okay, so here I'll only do changes in the document extraction scope. Okay, so here let me just select the model. I have to refresh. Okay, I'll select the model, which is project, which is test invoices, and from here I'll select the version which I have deployed, this test project invoice. Okay, so the models project selection is done. Now let me go to the configure extractor. From here in the settings, let me, yeah, these two values are selected. I'll just click on get capabilities. Okay, I'll expand it. I'll see if both the fields are mapped. Okay, great. Okay, good. So I'll not do any other changes in this particular workflow. I'll just have made changes in the document understanding project extraction activity. Okay, so let me save this and let me run this. Okay, great. So this has worked as well. If I go and check the extraction result, I'll have two values extracted from the document, which is payment status. There is no value for this particular field, and the vendor name, which is my superstore. Okay, so it works fine just by changing the project in the document understanding extraction scope. So both the workflows work fine. I just need to change the project, the newly created project in the activities. Okay, so this is how you can migrate project from one tenant to another tenant and use it in your workflows. Thank you for watching.